Hi, how's it going this week, Cancer? And everyone else who's watching, let's do a reading for the sign of Cancer. So shuffling now and asking for 3 cards for Cancer. I'm doing this mid-July 2019, but the time to watch this is right now, whenever this is that you're watching it. There are like 400 and odd vids on my channel, so do go and take a look if you'd like to, but not until we've done this reading for the sign of Cancer. So what's our first card, please? And we've got the 3 of Pentacles. This is really positive card, although it's very much more at the beginning of a journey than it is kind of time to sit back and enjoy your money. But look, the pentacles are actually growing on the trees. So in terms of money, it's looking good. There's been hard work there, but it might not just be money. Relationships are hard work, guys. That's worth thinking about at this moment, I'm sure, Cancer. Relationships are hard work. They baffle other people, yeah, but we're the one who hangs the stars on the trees of our relationships. We really are. It's not a bad time to think about consolidating efforts. It could be that things are just a little bit scattered or something like that, Cancer. But all is well in this card, but all doesn't feel well. And it's definitely going to be a time when we need to look back and actually ask ourselves questions about the fairly recent past. And also, are there influences from way back reaching out and holding us back from getting on further with our journey? Or, as this card is more likely to suggest, are we doing rather well on our journey, but worrying about it because of things from the past? Well, different strokes for different folks. I don't know exactly how that's going to apply itself to you personally, dear viewer, but for the sign of Cancer, that is the general way things are going, most certainly. There are a lot of red roses on this tree, actually, as well. It's growing in a very small plant pot. Doesn't look as if it's going to last long there, so there's more work needed. You see, it is, you can grow a thing beautifully like that out of a small plant pot, but then it has to be transplanted. So it looks like things are going to move on, but it's definitely worth looking back. It really is, because something's not quite right in this situation, or I should really say something doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't seem to me like there's a problem, but it seems to me like there's a perceived problem, Someone thinks someone might be about to do something or might have done something, who knows. Excuse me, I was just shuffling there and saying, tell us more about the 3 of Pentacles in this reading for the sign of Cancer. And one fell out on the floor, and here she is, Green Tara. One of my, well, they're all sort of favourites of mine, but I love these green energy ones. And there's something about Green Tara. She is absolutely beautiful and delicate and very spiritual, very cosmic figure. But she doesn't take any nonsense off anybody. She is not one to be messed around with. And she says, supreme protection, you are protected. Cords are being cut, move beyond limitation, and trust. And here we are, you see, in that small little tiny plant pot, the cords are going to have to be cut, because that tree isn't going to last in there forever. And when the tree is transplanted, some of the fine roots are bound to get damaged. They try very hard, or perhaps you do if you're a gardener, and I do. So, we try very hard not to damage the roots, the finest roots on a thing, because it'll grow a lot quicker if we don't. But it's inevitable that some of the roots will get damaged a little bit. So this is it, yeah, something's got to happen. Things are pretty good as they are, and the progress is going well, but going to have to move forward a bit, and you're really going to need that feeling of protection to be able to do that, because I see the roses everywhere, and they're kind of a dull red, as if the passion is somehow in doubt. But look at the passion in this lady. Look at those pink flowers. Look at the purple streaks of healing light, and oh gosh, lotus flowers, everything. And when lotus flowers come up, I do think about Reiki, so think about some spiritual healing, Cancer. Okay, it looks like it's going to be necessary. I'm not seeing the big problem that's around the 3 of Pentacles, but I really do see the possibility of energy getting stuck. It isn't stuck, it's flowing here, but it just can't flow much further, even though it's a big success. Right, so you're thinking about things seem to be coming to an end in some way. Think about moving forward, because I'm sure it's going to happen, guys. And exactly why you should move forward, I haven't seen yet, but I know you can, because Green Tara says supreme protection. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. And that's the thing to do, move beyond limitation, because like the tree, you can't really you can't spread your roots at all if you can't find anything like that which may have been the perfect situation for you at one point, but which isn't now. You know, this is about outgrowing a situation in so many ways. So let's have the middle card, please, in this reading, excuse me, for the sign of Cancer in July 2019. And do subscribe to my channel, check out the other vids, okay? If you like this one, you like them, that's all I'm saying. Right, okay, and we've got the Three of Wands, so let's put those down. And I'm going to have a little drink of water, excuse me a minute. We've got the Three of Wands and another one just fell on the floor. Three of Wands and Ace of Swords, so I'll read these together. Wow, okay, Cancer, Three of Wands, that was the first one out, so we'll start with this. Now then, we were thinking about spreading our wings, we were thinking about spreading our roots out, and we were thinking we're going to need some more room to spread into because we're a big tree in a small plant pot. Used to suit us, doesn't suit us quite so well now. And we needn't worry really, because White Rabbit here is frantically looking at his watch in the Three of Wands here. And this, by the way, is fire sign energy. Guys, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somewhere in your situation, somewhere playing into this. On the ships, as far as we know, there should be plenty of goodies coming in, because White Rabbit has done the work, and the actual three wands in the scene, well, they're wands, you know, and they're about actually getting things done, actually making progress, not just wanting to make progress, but actually finding ways of doing it. And what's happened here is White Rabbit has done all the work, and sent out his efforts, sent out his money, sent out his prayers, whatever. And these boats ought to be full of good things. He's just worried about it. I think he worries a little bit too much. White Rabbit there. But there you go, the ships are on their way in. And also then the Ace of Swords came in. This to me is another kind of alchemy. I mean, well, most of tarot is about that actually. It's air sign energy, it's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini around you, Cancer. And again, we've got multiplication going on here. We've got the sword coming out of nowhere. We've got the great possibility of making progress, but there's going to be a decision. It's going to be a big decision. It's not going to be an easy decision to make. And as it happens, really, remember the Three of Wands. Remember that abundance is somehow on its way. It's the abundance you've earned. If you don't feel you've earned any abundance, well, take heart from White Rabbit, because he doesn't feel he's earned any abundance either. That's why he's looking at his watch and panicking. But the ships have got good stuff on board, and the Ace of Wands suggests that it really does, because that is about getting things done. It's going to be a decision out of nowhere. I don't really know why I'm saying that with the Ace of Wands, but I do feel a definite... I'm just seeing, you know, there's the actual wand here, and there's the actual another kind of wand. So it's kind of turning one thing into another, and you've really got to have some decisions about that, guys. If you do spiritual work with no idea why you're doing it, it just doesn't really get you very far, you know. It's always great to link into the cosmic energies, don't get me wrong, but, you know, unless you actually got some idea of where you're going, it's going to be difficult. So do think about that Ace of Swords. Do think about that... the fact that there's a wand in there, you know, and that things actually can get done and things actually can make progress. Right, so let's go back to Mr. Kyle Gray and his Keepers of the Light Oracle deck and say, tell us more, please, about those two cards, the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords in this reading for the sign of Cancer, which I'm doing in July 2019. And what have we? We have Master Jesus, forgiveness. Right, you're on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. I'm never totally sure what father healing is. I keep meaning to find out and I never have. Maybe I'm not meant to know. But hey guys, you know, holy mysteries are holy mysteries, and they are a mite mysterious, shall we say. So forgiveness. Well, the sword here, as well as everything else it represents, and this amazing wand that it seems to have given birth to, are very alchemical things. But a sword has a lot to do with a big decision, and so this is going to be a big decision about forgiveness. Who needs your forgiveness? Can you forgive them? It's always worthwhile trying to find it in your heart if you can, friends. It really is. Okay, let's move on to the next card, please. And this is going to be the last of the 3 tarot cards, which are actually now 4 tarot cards. And we'll go into the Oracle deck and find out some more about whatever comes up. And whatever has come up is the Chariot, number 7. Now, this is a good card in terms of progress happening very soon. It tends to show a fair bit of stuck energy though, and it's coming in at the end of this reading, so it's kind of quite a tricky time by the look of it. You can see Alice is trying to play a game of croquet here, but she's hopelessly under-equipped or ill-equipped. They're giving her a flamingo and a hedgehog, and she's not a cruel child. She's not going to hurt those animals by actually trying to play polo with them. So she's in an impossible situation. Polo or croquet? I'm confused today. Don't worry about it. I never do. Okay. Polo or croquet, one of the two, but she's ill-equipped to do it, and it's the game of life, basically. That's what this represents. So it's number 7. It's the Chariot, very magical number, and a number that suggests we're really moving towards completion, but there's some kind of spiritual journey going on here, Cancer, and we aren't somehow seeing the entire truth of it, the entire kind of all the reasons, all the background to it. It's stuff we're not aware of, and we need to actually have some awareness of where we're going when we're doing spiritual work. As I keep saying, no point in shuffling for the next card because it just kind of forced itself into my hand. Now it's kind of disappeared again, but it was this one. I kept my fingers on it, and it was this one. Here we go. What have we got? Cards are misbehaving themselves today, must be me. Krishna, devotion, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognised. You are loved unconditionally. Now that's a nice one, isn't it? You are loved unconditionally. And love needs to be unconditional. So if you're around relationship matters here, guys, remember that the universe loves you unconditionally no matter what, and somehow in your relationship the way you've been brought together actually means something. If it's not going to work out, it's going to be a great lesson, but do remember you have been brought together because everything actually does happen for a reason. Now, in terms of devotion, this might very well mean hanging on. Well, I think it almost certainly will mean hanging on a bit longer. In terms of spirituality, and this is fluid energy, these things mean different things to different people, of course. In terms of spirituality, maybe you actually need to get closer to God. And I'm reminded of that Doreen Virtue Angel card that says, to solve all your problems, get closer to God, or what you believe about God, you know. Now, Doreen has been mightily discredited, but in my opinion, she was holding the key to the truth when she was actually saying those things back in the day. I wish her well wherever she is, and I'm going to say I wish you guys well as well, Cancer, but in rather a more positive way, because it looks like, the only problem I can see here is things being a bit stuck, and that combining with worries, but as we started looking at the worries, we started seeing the answer. Ace of Swords, yeah, and it seems to have given birth to a wand in my view of this that my spirit guide is telling me. And in terms of the oracle cards, there's forgiveness everywhere in this, yeah. I mean, Jesus always forgives, right? If we're talking about unconditional love and recognizing that, there's a good deal of forgiveness in this card as well. And if you're short on forgiveness, then an act of spiritual devotion will bring you much more closely in touch with it, friends. I'm going to leave it there, except to say, don't forget, Green Tara is saying you are supremely protected. Thanks a lot for watching, Cancer, and everyone else who's watched. Don't forget to check my channel out. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to tap the bell when you hit the subscribe button. Thanks if you have already subscribed. Thanks for watching. It's great to see things going up and up and up. So I'll be back soon with more readings. Meanwhile, have a great week, Cancer. Peace.